Welcome to Season 3 of Defined by Poetry.Hype.
It's divine, it's I define all the things that's going through my mind. It's divine, it's I define all the things I'm going through.
Hi, my name is Goddess Donya. I'm from Los Angeles, California, and I'll be performing a poem today called Moonstruck. Y'all stay in the DMs flexing like you want one-on-one time with me when I'm really just out here living single. And although some of you try to weave in the essence that you're really a smart guy, when you speak, your IQ has me convinced that I'm not trying to mingle. Because in a society where everyone wants to fit in, I'm certain that I live in a different world when it comes to relationships. See, y'all try to improvise like Martin and come up with some cold lines to bag me, when you should really be like Pam and stick to the script. If you want to pursue me the same way that Jamie did Fancy. Then we can make it to the King's Tower. Protect and serve my guarded spirit and uplifted when it's low, like family matters. If I can genuinely feel where you're coming from, you can bank on the fact that I will treat you like a Fresh Prince and all that jazz. I'll teach you the notes to funk with me like we were in Mr. Hightower's class. I'm into a man that believes in unity, has a freestyle spirit, and is Professor Ogilvy kind of fine. No wonder why Nikki was trying to park her lips on that man every single time. If you want to get my attention, maintain that kind of energy. The same way that Roger was on Tia and Tamara. Because individually we can be great, but if we're on the same wave, we'll be even better together. And I can reassure, it'll all be yours if you don't act immature. Another thing, don't slide in my DMs if you're not looking for a wife and kids. I need to be sure that your Michael Kyle is the J to my humor. Don't be so ditzy to the idea that you're vain like Claire, because if you're a humble gentleman, I'll give you a junior. My next relationship, our chemistry has to be tighter than the Wayans. In a dual world, it has to be in living color 365 days around the sun. He has to be innovative like Keenan, suave like Sean, and an attractive goofball like Marlon, because we all know Marlon always been a fine ass one. Y'all in my DMs trying to take me off the market, but I doubt that there's a love like these that feels astounded. And I refuse to settle for anything less in this generation until it feels like a love from the 90s and early 2000s. Thank you.
For the starting question, what was like the inspiration behind that poem? I know you mentioned off camera that it just came to you one day with some of the metaphors and some of the like examples that you use in there, but take us through a little bit of what the inspiration was.
So basically it was around Valentine's Day, almost 2 years ago. And I saw all of these couples online, of course. And I was just like, I want a love that feels like these. What else resembles this? And then I started thinking of all the TV sitcoms that we grew up on that kind of resembled the same kind of love, like Martin and Jamie Foxx show. And so from that, this poem was birthed.
Out of all the 90s shows and early 2000 shows that you mentioned, which one is your favorite?
Honestly,
Based off the couple, which one is your favorite? I'm talking about love.
If I had to have a love that resembled one of the 90s shows, my favorite would have to be My Wife and Kids, for sure, because their dynamic was different. Like there was a lot of love, but there was a lot of fun and jokes and like raising a family. So I kind of went that kind of love.
All right, and so when you think about your poetry and you know where it will go or where it will take you,
yes,
who are some people that you see it impacting, or like who should see themselves in your poetry?
As far as other poets or just people in general?
Both. Let's say if you're looking to inspire poets, that can work. But if you're just saying someone that's a lover of art, right, and they come across your work, you know, what type of person looks like? I mean, I'm sure maybe you want to make it for all types of people, right?
Yeah.
But maybe there's a target demo where you're like, I want these people to feel me when I
Those girls who feel like love don't exist for them. Like love is not in their realm or isn't in their future. I want them to be like, oh, because she's talking about it or because she's witnessed it or she's gone through it, I want to be like her. I want to experience what she's talking about. Those kind of girls. Because I am one of those girls. I mean, although I talk about love, I also have my things outside of my own poetry. So I want to be the same girl that I'm talking to.
At this time when you had wrote this poem, were you also like with a lover, or were you going through a heartbreak, or was it like a personal thing that also was intact to this poem besides what you're looking for in love? Was there also other things going on?
No, so when I originally wrote this poem, I was single. Unfortunately, single around Valentine's Day is like the absolute worst, right? But I did experience a love like this in 2022, and then I recently experienced a love like this not too long ago. But at this time, I was definitely single. So I was either speaking about the past that I've already experienced, or speaking about the man that I had manifested not too long ago.
All right. So my next question for you is, where do you like to perform this poem?
My favorite place to perform this poem would definitely be open mic nights. Open mic nights are my favorite because I feel like there's always a different genre of an audience, so they can relate in different ways. Like even if they haven't seen the shows growing up, they can feel like, oh, this particular comedian, I've seen them in their work, or this particular actor, I've seen them in their work. So I love open mic nights because you never know what you're gonna get with this particular poem.
All right, one more that I got before I pass it to Pat.
Uh-huh.
Now you said you're in a relationship.
I'm not. No, not anymore. Not anymore.
Love, my fault.
No, it's okay.
Now, my question can still stand without the disclaimer. But if they don't get the references in this song, are they too young for you? Not the song.
The poem? No, because with all the different platforms that we have, Hulu, Amazon Prime, whatever the case may be, we can always watch the show and relate. So no, but there is an age limit. There's definitely an age limit, but no, they wouldn't be too young if they didn't understand the references.
All right, so boom, top 3. Because you basically letting us know you are single. Y'all should
I
am. So, what is your top 3 green flags that will like have you like, yes, second date?
This is the man. His personality has to match mine. Like I have a big personality. So I can't have anybody that's dull or boring or quiet. He's a romantic gentleman, so kind of similar to the poem. Opening my door for me, either bringing me flowers on the first date, has great conversation. And my third green flag would have to be someone who's not selfish. They're not, the conversation being based on just them. Those are my top 3.
What would you say that poetry does for you?
Ooh, poetry is liberating. Poetry gives me a voice when I have no voice. And I may not be speaking for myself, but maybe those around me, friends, sister, cousins, anyone. Poetry is very liberating. It allows me to express myself without having to use my own words in a sense. Sometimes I can express myself better through a poem than having a conversation.
Yeah. And how old were you when you first started writing poetry?
Oh, I was 18. I was 18 in college. And at this time, I felt like I didn't have a voice. What I was going through, I felt like the person that I was with, his voice was bigger than mine. And I felt like the only way that I can be heard is through poetry. And so it wasn't until years later that the same thing happened. I was dating someone. I felt like I didn't have a voice. I went to my grandmother and I was like, he's not listening. And she goes, make him listen. And I was like, how? And she goes, write. You know how to write. So I wrote it and I was like, how would he hear it? And she goes, post it online. And I was like, nah, because then he's going to know it's about him. She was like, he's a man. They never know. Posted the first poem and it sparked like wildfire. And from there, I just kept writing and kept recording. Mm-hmm.
We got a question.
So do you remember the name of the first poem you ever performed? Or what it was about?
The first one I ever performed, sheesh, it was called, I can't remember the name of it. It was like Sunflowers and something. But it was basically in regards to how do you know when a man likes you? So it goes from when we're kids and, you know, a guy will hit a girl, you know, in elementary school, and then they'll be like, oh, he only hit you because he likes you. And then that goes into middle school and high school. And it's like, oh, he only does this because he likes you. And so you're trained to think a man is doing these mean things because he likes me. And toward the end of the poem, the woman is abused and she ends up dying on her wedding day. And it says, how do you know when a boy likes you? You know when he's being mean. That's the consistent line throughout the poem. And at the bottom, at the end of the poem, it says, you know when a man likes you when he treats you like a queen. So yeah, that was my first poem ever.
So after this, what is the next move or the next event? Like, where are you taking your poetry?
So after this, I already have one book out, but I plan on publishing more books. I have a show coming up October 18th. It's my first show that I'm ever hosting and performing at the same time. So this should be interesting. And overall, I just want to be a traveling poet with my books and just to get my message out there to whoever needs to hear it.
Okay.
Well, you own it because you travel from your home.
California, that's right. From California. Yeah, thank you. Thank you so much.
A testament to someone that's willing to invest in their future, you know, and what's next. So just
Absolutely.
kudos to you. And
Thank you
for
so
doing
much.
that and being here with the Poetry.Hype platform.
Thank you so much for having me. I appreciate you guys.
All right, and to close out, did you have any message or anything you want to kind of say? Anybody that you want to shout out or anything?
Shout out to everybody that supports me, for sure.
Votes, not to cut you off, but
Right.
people showed up for you. For real.
Thank you to everybody that voted for me to be here, be it my sister. My sister's my biggest supporter. Cree, shout out to her. My best friend, Ayana, she's a great support system. And anybody and everybody that voted for me, be it strangers or friends. I think my biggest message that I want to take away from all of this is to just use your voice. Whether it be big or small, use your voice. You have something to say. Victims have a voice. Whatever you're going through, you are a victim of it. Use your voice. You have a right to say what you need to say too. That'll be all. Thank you.
That was great.
I'm so nervous.